the challenges of taking the tough cases as the judge and really having to understand the law and study the law, that's the part that really interested me. I was very interested in doing this. Plus, this court deals with kids. This court deals with kids that either break the law and may go to prison, or deals with kids where the parents can't take care of them and they have to remove the children from the homes. And I really felt like it was kind of my passion to be here to really help the children in Tarrant County, help them either correct their behaviors so that they get their lives straight again, or whether saving these families from being separated. And it was a very rare opportunity that this court was open, that the judge was retiring, so now I can go in there and hopefully make the best possible impact. I feel like when you can reach kids at that age, when they're 12 to 14, 15 years old, you can really make a positive impact in their lives. You can teach them about hard work, about discipline, about respect, about integrity. These are all issues that I think our society is kind of missing in our kids today. And this is a court where you can directly address these kids. I've coached lacrosse. I played lacrosse in high school and college, and I coached that in Colleyville for several years now. I've always focused on that age because really once you're about 17 years old and you're kind of a jerk, you're kind of always going to be a jerk, right? That's not going to change. But when you can reach them when they're 12, 13 years old, you can really teach the core values of life about what it is to be an adult or to be responsible. This is a great chance that I can take the things I've done for the last 20 years of my life and translate that over into really making a positive impact. Right, so I've always helped out the Fort Worth Korean Association. They've always asked me to come and either host or MC certain events. And then, but outside of that in Tarrant County, there's just not a whole lot of Korean community. We do attend a Korean church, our family does, and it's important. I've always felt like it's important that the Korean community needs to be tight-knit. There was a relationship there just because there were so few Koreans, especially in San Antonio. Now you can go anywhere, and if you're Korean, it really doesn't really mean much. You know, I can go to, you know, a donut shop or a dry cleaner or something like that, and I'm just another customer. It was a lot different 40 years ago, where you met somebody and it was almost like they were family. I really wish we can go back to that, the sense of Koreans that we're all here. We all came to this country to do something great and to build something for our children and for our grandchildren. We've kind of lost that sense of community. It would really make me happy to see this kind of kinship or this brotherhood among all Koreans, because we're all here for the same reason. And then we're in this country now where we have all these freedoms, right? But yet it's always a struggle. When you sit back and you trust the government to do everything for you and to make the decisions for you, eventually it becomes tyranny. What we need and what this country is based on is this idea that our elected officials are there to keep the government in check. And I think that's what judges are for. Before CPS comes into your house and takes your kid, right? And even if it's an unfounded allegation or even if it's a true allegation that you abuse your kids, CPS's job is to approve every step of the way, and the judge is to make sure that they prove their job before they take your kids. Right? And when CPS takes a kid, it's not just, you know, temporary placement. CPS can permanently remove your children. And that's what people don't understand is CPS does great things, but one bad CPS worker can destroy a family, can permanently remove children. And the judge, that final check to make sure that the government does their job right. And that's why I want to go, and as a Republican, as a fiscal conservative, I want to make sure that tax dollars are spent in the best and most efficient way possible. It's not just spent because they're spent. I understand this idea of apathy, right? We just don't care because in Korean history, literally anything that we did in politics went away within 10 years, and it was for nothing. So why should we get involved? Here in the States, this is a country that was built on this. There's a foundation there, and there's this pattern that our political engagement actually can make a difference. And it's a difference that's real, that can stay. You know, I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be a Republican candidate. I'm proud, you know, I expect to get elected, and I'll be proud to be a Korean American there. But we can't forget that part of this is a foundation laid by the generations before us that came here, not only from Korea, but here in the United States, is to get involved in this process and to always be active, because voting actually matters, and it's here to stay, and it just won't disappear.